How to deal with the pain of loss from a breakup. Oh, when somebody breaks up with you and you're truly in love with that person, it's so painful. Heartbreaking is a cliche, but it's true. Your whole life has been wrapped around that person for a long time, and when they're gone, there's a huge void to be filled. They're the first thing you think about when you wake up, and the last thing you think about when you fall asleep. It's gut-wrenching. The purpose of this video today is to give some ideas and some help and support to you to help you get through this time. How long it will take will depend on you, and if you try your best to move on. But I want to say that before I start, if you are still inconsolable over the next few weeks or maybe months and you still can't get over this person, then please seek help, professional help. Because there are people out there who you can see one-on-one that can help you tremendously. The purpose of this video is to give you some initial ideas. Probably the worst part about breaking up with somebody is the void. If you've been with that person for a long time, then you have built up mutual friends. You might be friends very close to their family. And when they're gone, you lose connection in many cases to those mutual friends and that person's family. And all those activities you used to do with them before are gone. And that leaves a big hole in your life. That is a very hard thing to get over. More about that later. When you have broken up as well and you've spent a lot of time with your friends as a couple, when that situation occurs, you feel so embarrassed. You don't want to talk to people about it. You don't want sympathy. You go through phases of denial and anger. And it's very hard. It's distressing for you. And your genuine friends will be distressed for you. And it's the genuine friends that you need to reach out to, because they will want to talk to you. They'll want to support you. And you have to get over your embarrassment about it. Your greatest ally in this is time. At the beginning, it feels so raw, so painful. But over time, eventually that's going to fade. And you can't be too hard on yourself. Be forgiving to you as a person, as a human being. One of the things that I believe helps in a great way is finding ways to laugh again. Hang out with your friends who you know and trust. And after talking through this breakup, find ways to laugh again with them. Let them entertain you. Let them take you out. Just so that you can start shifting the paradigm inside yourself from all of the time you spent with that other person to spending more time again with your friends. And laughter is a great way to do that. It breaks the ice. It might be tears of laughter mixed with tears of sadness initially, but eventually it'll become proper laughter, tears of joy, because you'll have that special friends with you who will get you through this. Another tip I believe would help a lot is exercise. If you're depressed and crying a lot, and you might be eating all the tasty but very poor foods, try not to do that. Try to exercise. All those hormones and adrenaline is building up inside you because of the of the emotional turmoil you've been through, you need to burn that off. And it helps you to fill in that void. So use the gaps that you would normally have spent doing something with that person to doing something like exercise to burn off this distress, the stress in your body. It'll make you feel better. It'll make you feel happier and help you move on. It's very easy to hate this person who broke up with you. And a lot of it will depend on the reasons. It could be something very silly, misunderstandings, which are a big reason for people breaking up. But at the other end of the scale, it could, of course, be maybe they cheated on you or hurt you. Whatever the reason, you must try to find forgiveness in your heart. It doesn't mean you have to be with that or communicate with that person again, but you should forgive them in your heart, because that will help you to get over the loss and help you move on, because breakups are, and the pain associated with them is a very human emotion, as is falling in love, and you can't experience love properly, probably without experiencing breakups. It's that old cliche, it's better to have lost in love than never to have loved at all. And I think that's so true, because as human beings, we want to reach out to other people. We want to build bonds and love between somebody else. So don't be too hard on yourself, and forgive the other person as well. Now, if it was you that was the cause of the breakup, over time you have to forgive yourself. You have to allow yourself time, think back about what happened. If it was clearly your fault, just think about the consequences and the reasons for that, and make the changes necessary so you don't make that mistake again. Time is a great healer, and eventually you'll be able to move on. As well as exercise, try to find other hobbies as well. Play music, arts and crafts, learn a language to get you out of the house and to break this cycle of sadness that you are in. And ultimately, one day, you're going to want to find somebody else, even though right now it may seem impossible. And by getting out and doing new activities, you have a chance of meeting new people. Not necessarily a new romantic connection, but at least the friendship. This is really important, as I said before, to get you out of this rut that you'll be in, because you'll be sad and feeling lonely. So you need to meet and interact with people. Do this with your friends, or go out and meet new people. Make yourself a better person, whilst the opportunity one day will come along when someone else comes into your life. In the meantime, improve yourself, read more, go on trips, see the world, exercise, learn more skills. It'll help you get over the previous relationship, and will give you opportunities of meeting people you never imagined. Make sure that you spend time with your family. When you're in a long-term relationship, we tend to neglect it. And because you spend all that time with the person you love. And that's, once again, a very human thing to do. But this will give you a chance to re-establish and strengthen the connections with your family and those friends that you probably didn't hang out so much with because you were a couple. So it's important to spend some time with them as well. As I said at the beginning, if you follow these steps, it's going to help tremendously. But if you are still feeling sad and depressed after a few weeks and don't know what to do, then please seek professional help. Google a local counsellor, psychologist, and go and make an appointment with them. There are people who specialize in this kind of grief counseling. So please do go and find that help. I myself have had an experience of a breakup. There was one particular girl who I dated for 9 months, and we were very close, spent a lot of time together, and she was from another country, but she was living at the time in the UK, where I'm from, and we had a great time. We enjoyed life and had a lot of fun together. But there was a time when it started fading, where we started fighting more than loving. And eventually, she decided to break up with me. It was extremely painful. And I never forget the last meeting I had with her, which was at a bar. She'd already broken up with me by phone, but I said, well, let's meet and talk about it. And she got upset and said a lot of things. And we walked off in different directions. I remember walking across from the bar to the metro, just feeling absolutely devastated. This is a person who said a lot of nasty things to me, and I'm not perfect, of course. I'm human. And it was a real learning experience. But I'll also say I don't regret our relationship. It taught me a lot of things about myself. And it took me probably 3 months to recover from it. And in the end, I actually left the country. I found work in another country, needed a complete change of scenery. And that actually helped a lot in getting over that person. Because I went to somewhere completely different from the UK for work and didn't have time or the inclination to think about previous relationships. So I can personally say that it will get better. No matter how painful it feels, it will get better. And it's important for you as soon as possible to fill the void, the gap. Don't be scared about relying on your friends and family. And find ways to improve yourself and move on. And it'll all change for the better. Trust me, I've been through it. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it's been useful for you. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell so you can be notified when new videos are appearing. Thank you very much.